We have question number 5 from May June 23, paper 2, variant 2. But in this question, you can see it is starting from a different idea, but that idea is very simple. Question is, a progressive wave travels through a medium. Uh, the wave causes a particle of the medium to vibrate along a line P. The energy of the wave propagates along a line Q. So vibration is along a line P. Propagation is about along a line Q, and this is progressive wave. अच्छा, progressive और standing waves में difference होता है. Basically in A levels we are going to discuss about standing waves and progressive wave. So progressive wave is very simple. When wave is like propagating or moving in forward direction, so that is called progressive wave. But when you are getting still waves means example of guitar strings. So when you disturb the strings of the guitar, so you will get waves, but within a fixed 2 points, right? They are not moving away from that point, so they are restricted within these 2 points, fixed 2 points. So that is those waves are called standing waves. But we have to discuss that part of standing waves. Right now, we only know about progressive wave that we studied in IGCSE. ठीक है, तो जो आपने पहले वेव्स के बारे में पढ़ा हुआ था वो बेसिकली प्रोग्रेसिव ही था, क्योंकि उसमें हमने स्टैंडिंग के बारे में कोई ऐसा कॉन्सेप्ट दूर दूर तक जो है वो उसका नाम भी नहीं देखा था. ठीक है. So basically this question is related to progressive wave and you have to compare the directions of lines of P and Q if wave is transverse and longitudinal. So first question is very simple. First question बहुत simple है. आपने सिर्फ डायरेक्शन ऑफ लाइंस P एंड Q को आइडेंटिफाई करना है. P represents vibration, Q represents propagation, right? So basically in transverse wave, both are perpendicular to each other and in longitudinal both are parallel to each other. जो इनकी basic definition है. So they are perpendicular to each other and in longitudinal they are parallel to each other. Okay. Okay, next question is related to standing wave, right? So we just skip this part because this is related to standing wave. And right now we are not solving this question because it is related to standing wave. We try to only solve that part which is related to polarization or basic idea of waves. So just skip this part. Okay, let's try this one. So in part C, we have two polarizing filters, just like we previously discussed in Malu's law, and they are arranged so their planes are vertical and parallel. The first filter has its transmission axis at an angle of 35, and you can also see in the diagram how it is 35. And the second filter has its transmission axis at an angle alpha, which is unknown to the vertical. ठीक है, तो वर्टिकल के अकॉर्डिंगली अगर आप चेक करो, दिस इज योर वर्टिकल एक्सिस. So according to vertical axis, you can see there is 35-degree change, and for alpha, it is unknown. First material is polarizer, second one is analyzer. Okay, and you can also see that intensity is given for unpolarized light, which is 8.5 watts per meter square. because again intensity is equals to power per unit area. So the SI unit for power is watt and SI unit for area is meter square. So watt per meter square is the SI unit of intensity. And the final intensity after passing through both materials is equals to 5.2 watt per meter square. ठीक है. क्वेश्चन बहुत सिंपल है. दो मटेरियल है, एक अनपोलराइज लाइट एंटर हो रही है 8.5 इंटेंसिटी की और फाइनल इंटेंसिटी गिवन है 5.2. दोनों के एंगल्स आपको जो है वो डायग्राम में शो किए गए हैं, बट एक एंगल जो है वो मिसिंग है, दैट इज एंगल अल्फा. नाउ लेट्स सी व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन. Angle alpha is greater than 35. Okay, so angle alpha is greater than 35 and it is less than 90 degree. So you got another information that alpha is less than 90 degree, but it is greater than 35 degree. So this is the hint for angle alpha. Next, we have a beam of vertically polarized light of intensity 8.5 is incident normally on the first filter. Show that the intensity of the light transmitted by the first filter is 5.7. So you have to show the intensity of light transmitted by the first filter is 5.7 watt per meter square. So basically, we know that we have initial intensity, which is I naught. This is I naught because this is initial intensity of unpolarized light. Okay. And whenever you got a random angle, just like you got 35 degree. So basically in Malus law, अगर आपको याद हो तो हमने यही डिस्कस किया था कि हॉरिजॉन्टल और वर्टिकल के बारे में तो हम पोलराइजेशन आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं, बट व्हेन यू गॉट सम रैंडम एंगल, so how we can identify the intensity? So that can be identified with the help of Malus law. So basically in your question, I naught is given 8.5. I is unknown because it is the transmitted light which you are actually going to find out after passing from the first filter, and that is equals to 5.7. You have to prove that. So you just need to simply use that formula because this question is for 1 mark. That it means it is very simple. That's why they are only giving you 1 mark. So I is equals to I naught cos square theta. I is equals to, this is I naught 8.5 cos square 35. And definitely your answer will be equals to 5.7 because it is mentioned over here. So definitely we will get some round off value to 5.7. You may also check your calculations that either you are getting same answer or not. तो basically ये हमने प्रूफ करना था. तो ये आपके पास सेम आंसर प्रूफ हो जाएगा. ओके नाउ सेकंड पार्ट देखते हैं. सेकंड पार्ट में क्या ऐड करना है हमने. सो the intensity of the light transmitted by the second filter is 5.2 or you have to calculate the angle. So अब आपने intensity find out करनी है from the second filter और after the second filter your intensity is 5.2 watts per meter square. So again you know that we have to use the angle and we have to use the formula of Malus law because that is the only choice So I is equals to I naught cos square alpha. अच्छा, इसमें एक चीज आपने important याद रखनी है. When light is passing from the first filter, so initial intensity is 8.5. Now, after passing from the first filter, you will get new intensity, which is equals to 5.7.
7.
Yes. So now we have to use 5.7 because the light over here is of intensity 5.7. So this 5.7 is now going to pass through the second filter. So this is I naught. This is new I naught for the second filter. This is I naught for the first filter, and 5.7 is the initial intensity before passing from the second filter. So this is the only difference. And this is your final intensity, 5.2. So final intensity is 5.2, initial is 5.7, cos square, angle is unknown. So first of all, we just shuffle all the values. And we also need to take under root 5.2 divided by 5.7 under root 0.955. Yes, 0.955. Zero point 0.9. And after that, you have to find out cos inverse. So cos inverse 17.22. Round off 17 degrees. Okay. So we got one answer, which is 17, right? But 17 is not your final answer, right? Why? Because if you again check your diagram, so you can see first filter is at angle 35, right? So 35 is already present in the first filter, right? And in question it is mentioned the first filter has its transmission axis at angle of 35 degree to the vertical, and second filter has its transmission axis at angle alpha to the vertical. And you can observe from the diagram that alpha angle is greater than 35 because it is also mentioned in the question. Alpha is greater than 35, less than 90. So your answer 17 is not the final answer, right? So what you have to do? You have to add 35 in it because 35 angle is already there and alpha is greater from 35. So it means you have to add your final answer into 35. So you will get greater value than 35. So your answer will be equals to 52 degrees, right? So in this way, you can solve this question, right? Any question, any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay. So basically, this is like half part related to the polarization, and if we consider some other questions also. Okay, this is another question, and this question is starting from polarization. So this will be a detailed question related to polarization. And this is from October November 22 question paper 2-1. So basically in this question, let's see what they are asking about. First of all, क्वेश्चन के स्टार्टिंग पार्ट से क्लियर है आपको कि पोलराइजेशन की बात हो रही है. And it is a phenomenon associated with light waves but not with sound waves, right? और ये डिफरेंस हमें पता है because light waves are transverse, sound waves are longitudinal. So indirectly they want to tell you that it is related to transverse waves but not with longitudinal waves. Now we have to state the meaning of polarization. So it is only for 1 mark, right? And if we check from the notes, so I think we write down the definition. Yes. So basically when vibrations are restricted to one direction, so this process is called polarization, or you can also write some other definitions like when oscillation vibration means the same like to and fro motion. So when oscillations are in a single direction, which is perpendicular to the propagation. So this is the same definition as we discussed. Vibrations are restricted to one direction and still they are perpendicular to the propagation. So both makes the same sense. And state why the light waves can be plane polarized but sound waves cannot. अच्छा, प्लेन पोलराइज मतलब ये कि अभी हमने जो पोलराइजेशन डिस्कस की वो एक सिंगल ओरिएंटेशन के बारे में थी. उसमें भी आप अगर चाहो तो डेप्थ जाकर किसी भी एक्सिस में पोलराइजेशन को डिस्कस कर सकते हो. लेकिन अभी क्योंकि हम स्टार्ट बेसिक्स पर हैं तो इसलिए अभी हम सिर्फ प्लेन पोलराइजेशन डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. बहुत ज्यादा कोई डिटेल्ड पोलराइजेशन डिस्कस नहीं कर रहे. ठीक है. सो लाइट वेव्स कैन बी पोलराइज बट साउंड वेव्स कैन नॉट. और इसका डिफरेंस हम ऑलरेडी मेंशन कर चुके हैं. Because light waves are transverse and sound waves are longitudinal. So this is a basic idea for 1 mark each. Now this is the question related to the filters of polarization. Again, we have two polarizing filters. filter A, filter B, and they are positioned so that their planes are parallel to each other and perpendicular to the central axis. So these are their planes marked with the dotted lines. These are actually planes. So they are perpendicular to the direction of propagation. Next, uh, central line XY. Okay. So central line mentioned with XY. The transmission axis of filter A is vertical and the transmission axis of filter B is horizontal. Unpolarized light of a single frequency. So initially light is unpolarized of single frequency is directed along the line XY from a source positioned at X. So basically there is a source at position X, just like we discussed in the notes that there is a light with all possible vibration or oscillation. So this is unpolarized light, and this unpolarized light is moving from point X to the first filter. Light emerging from the filter A is vertically plane polarized and intensity of I naught. So when light passes from the first filter, so you can see we are getting vertical orientation with I naught intensity. Next, filter B is rotated from its starting position about line XY as shown in figure 4.1. After rotation, the intensity of light emerging from the filter B is 1/4 of I naught. ठीक है, मतलब आपने B को इस तरह से रोटेट किया कि जो इंटेंसिटी थी I नॉट की, ठीक है, यहाँ पर ये जो आपको I नॉट इंटेंसिटी मिल रही है वो आपको यहाँ पर 4 टाइम्स डिक्रीज होकर मिल रही है, डिवाइडेड बाय 4 टाइम्स। ठीक है, तो आपने रोटेशन इस तरह से किया और रोटेशन भी मेंशन है, दैट इज क्लॉकवाइज। So 4 times intensity decreases after passing from filter B mentioned in the question. Now you have to calculate the angle of rotation of filter B from its starting position. So starting position से आपने उस filter B को कितना rotate किया है, that is the question. ठीक है, आप 10, 20, 40, 80, 360, 520, 270 किसी भी डिग्री पे रोटेट कर सकते हो, ठीक है, लेकिन वो हमने देखना है कि इनिशियल पोजीशन से आपने उसे कितना मूव किया। एंड फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इफ वी अगेन चेक द डायग्राम, तो आफ्टर पासिंग फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट फिल्टर you will get only one orientation which is vertical. So you will get vertical orientation after passing from the first filter. This is the single orientation you will get from the first filter. And now second is this one, as you can see in the diagram, which is completely horizontal. So it means that if this vertical passes through the horizontal position of B, so it is not possible. क्योंकि एक vertical horizontal से pass हो ही नहीं सकती, तो answer 0 आएगा. But in question it is mentioned आपने ऐसा एंगल फाइंड आउट करना है जिसपे इंटेंसिटी 4 times डिक्रीज हो जाए, ठीक है. So this is the simple question. Now again we know that there is only one possibility, which is Malus law. So now we have to use Malus law. So Malus law is I is equals to I naught cos square theta. And your final intensity is equals to I naught by 4. So I is equals to this one. I naught is still I naught. Theta is
1000.
1000. Okay.
Wait, no, that's wrong. My bad.
So I naught cancel out each other. So simply you will get 1 divided by 4, and then you have to again find out square root, then cos inverse. When we use under root, so it will become 1 over 2. 1 over 2 means 0.5. So theta is equals to cos inverse 0.5. 60.
Yeah.
So you are getting 60 answer. Okay. So basically you are getting 60 answer, but again we have to take reference from the first filter, right? Because first filter is already at 90 degree, right? So it means that you are getting 60, and 60 means if you place a filter B at 60 degree, so it means from the first filter there is a difference of 30 degree, right? Because first one is at 90, and you set second one at a certain angle of 60 from the vertical. So there is a difference of 30 degree, right? So you are getting
Yeah.
60. 60 means if we compare from 90 degree, so in 90 degree, 90 minus 30 will be equals to. So if we compare from filter A, because you can इजीली सेंस दिस आइडिया कि फर्स्ट 90 पे था तो सेकंड 60 पर है, तो इसका मतलब ये कि 90 और 60 के बीच में जो एंगल है वो 30 है। सिंपल। ठीक है। तो हमने पूरा 60 डिग्री पे उसे रोटेट करके रखा है इनिशियल पोजीशन से, ताकि उनका डिफरेंस 30 बने। सो फ्रॉम फिल्टर ए, 90 माइनस 60 डिग्री इज इक्वल्स टू 30 डिग्री। ठीक है। अच्छा, एक चॉइस आपके पास और भी हो सकती है। अगर आप बिल्कुल 30 के 60 पर अगर सेट करते हो तो बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट भी आपको एक एंगल यहाँ पर मिल रहा है, राइट? तो वो एंगल भी पॉसिबल हो सकता है। ठीक है, क्योंकि अगर आप रोटेट करके वहां लेकर जाते हो, सो यू विल गेट द सेम ओरिएंटेशन अगेन, राइट? बस साइड चेंज होना स्टार्ट हो जाएंगी। लेट सपोज इफ दिस साइड इज एक्स, दिस इज वाई, सॉरी, if this is x, this is y. If you again rotate it, so y will be on the side of x, x will be on the side of y, but your angle increases, right? So in this way, other angles also possible. Like when you rotate 90 and then after 90 you will get 180, right? So next angle will be 180. So 180 minus is equals to 150. So in this way, there are multiple angles possible, but it is not compulsory to mention all them. So you just simply mention angle of rotation 30 degree. So that is your answer for the first part. ठीक है? कोई क्वेश्चन, कोई कंफ्यूजन?
No, sir.
ओके। ठीक है, क्वेश्चंस थोड़े से ये इसी टाइप के हैं, मतलब उस तरह से मजेदार नहीं है आईजीसीएससी की तरह, बिकॉज काफी टिपिकल होते हैं, तो आपको उतना मतलब इसमें इंटरेस्ट नहीं आता है जितना वो आईजीसीएससी के क्वेश्चंस में आपको मिलता है। सो और ये टॉपिक भी थोड़ा एंगल्स वाला इसी तरह होता है, थोड़ा सा ये डिफरेंट लगता है आपको। Next part is related to the stationary wave, right? Why these two waves cannot form a stationary wave. So we are going to skip that part also, because stationary waves के बारे में अभी हमने डिस्कस नहीं किया, तो ये पार्ट हम स्किप करेंगे अभी। और नेक्स्ट में एम्पलीट्यूड के बारे में वो पूछ रहे हैं, लेकिन अगेन आप प्रीवियस पार्ट को स्किप कर रहे हो तो नेक्स्ट पार्ट भी उसी से लिंक है। सो वहां पर जो है वो थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम होगा, बट स्टिल हम उसे आंसर कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, हम उसे चेक करते हैं कि हम आंसर कैसे कर सकते हैं। So basically just ignore first part because that is explanation, right? There is no calculation involved in there. If we consider part C, so a microwave of intensity I naught. Again, intensity is given, amplitude is given. And one more thing, uh, there is a link between intensity and amplitude. तो अगर जिसने नहीं भी पढ़ा हुआ था तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। इंटेंसिटी और एम्पलीट्यूड का मैं आपको लिंक दिखा देता हूँ। इंटेंसिटी इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द स्क्वायर ऑफ एम्पलीट्यूड। Intensity is directly proportional to the square of amplitude, right? So this is the link between intensity and amplitude. So that's why you are getting intensity and amplitude in this question. So intensity is proportional to square of amplitude. Okay. So intensity I naught and amplitude A naught meets another microwave. So we have another microwave of the same frequency and of intensity 1 by 4 times as compared to the original one, traveling in the opposite direction. Both microwaves are vertically plane polarized and superposed when they meet. Again, we are not going to discuss this stationary wave part, so just skip that. But from this question, you got information there are two waves, both are moving in opposite direction, and there is a difference of intensity between them, that is 1/4 time difference as compared to each other, but amplitude is not mentioned for the second wave. Okay, now the question is determine in terms of A naught maximum amplitude of the wave form. ठीक है। अच्छा, दोनों वेव्स ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में दोनों सुपरपोज कर रही हैं, यहाँ पर मेंशन है। तो डेफिनेटली जिस तरह दोनों कार्स आमने सामने आती हैं तो वो एक दूसरे की ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में होती हैं। सो दे लाइक कोलाइड विद ईच अदर एंड देयर इज लाइक damage for both cars. So in the same way, when two waves moves in opposite direction, so they intersect or they superpose each other and they make a new wave. So this is the question, that in terms of amplitude A naught, you have to find out the amplitude of the new wave formed after the superposition of these two waves, right? So basically हमें ये तो पता है कि इंटेंसिटी इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू स्क्वायर ऑफ एम्पलीट्यूड, राइट? लेकिन अभी हम फिलहाल ए नॉट के रेफरेंस से अगर बात करें और दोनों की इंटेंसिटीज की बात करें, 1/4 टाइम उनमें डिफरेंस है, राइट? सो बेसिकली इफ आई नॉट और ए नॉट, ठीक है, दो टर्म्स हम यूज कर रहे हैं, एंड यू नो दैट इंटेंसिटी इज 1/4 टाइम as compared to the first one. So what will be the difference on the amplitude? Difference amplitude में कितना difference आएगा? कोई आइडिया आप बता सकते हो?
Then I think the same difference will be observed, but the scale of
ओके। अच्छा, क्योंकि हमें पता है कि अगर इंटेंसिटी 1 है, मतलब अगर लेट सपोज इंटेंसिटी 2 है, सो एम्पलीट्यूड विल बी स्क्वायर ऑफ इंटेंसिटी, सो दैट विल बी 4 टाइम्स, राइट? सो इट मीन्स if intensity is 1 over 4 times, so amplitude will be 1 over 2 times, right? Because if your intensity is 2, so you will get square in amplitude, right? So when your intensity is 1/4 time, so definitely your amplitude is half. Because when you square it, so you will get answer 1/4, right? मतलब ये हम प्रिडिक्ट कर रहे हैं अभी कि अगर इंटेंसिटी डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है स्क्वायर ऑफ एम्पलीट्यूड के, इंटेंसिटी इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू स्क्वायर ऑफ एम्पलीट्यूड, राइट? सो अगर एम्पलीट्यूड की जगह पर 2 होता है, लेट्स सपोज, राइट? सो यू विल गेट intensity 4 times, right? So in the same way, if your intensity is 1/4 times, so it means your amplitude is half, 1/2 times, right? Because when we square it, so you will get the same answer 1/4, right? So basically,
Yes, sir.
yes, और यहाँ पर 2 waves हैं, एक वेव का amplitude already a नॉट है, and second we identified that the amplitude of the second wave is half of the first one. So it means when we find out the maximum amplitude, so we have to add the amplitude of both waves because they are superposing each other. So amplitude of first wave plus amplitude of second wave. So we will get answer P by 2a naught, which means 1.5a naught, right? So this is the answer for your question. That is 1.5 times of amplitude.
सर उसका हमारा